What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. Week 88 of reselling online, and I'm going to take you through all the details of how I've progressed for this week. But really what I want to talk to you about today is the hot topic or the juicy topic of, do we need to be listing daily when reselling on eBay? And this has been a hot topic for the last week and a half, especially after coming out of the eBay All Ears event. Now, there's been a lot of opinions going around. Today, what I'll be sharing is my opinion, but I want to back it up with some data, and I want to take you through some of my own thoughts and thinking around this. Of course, I'll take you through the progression of week 88, and if you stick around to the end, I've also got some show and tell. Let's dive in. Top item number one for this week was these women's Nike Air Vapor Max shoes. Now, I've paid about $7.76 for these. Not too bad. They have sat around for quite a while. However, I've been able to sell them for $100. I did want to make sure I got these below the $150 mark so I didn't have to go through the authentication process. Nothing wrong with them. It's just removes that extra little bit of work that you have to do. And after fees and postage, I've profited $62.83. Pretty happy with this one. Top item number two for this week was this Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D official game guide, and it came with a poster. Now, this one I picked up for just about $9. Picked it up from a Vinnie's actually, and I've been able to sell this for $91.68. Now, there is some postage there that went all the way over to, I think it's gone to Canada, and after fees and postage, I've walked away with $38.12. You can see the breakdown here in the screenshot. Very, very good sale, and got it out as quick as possible to get that movement happening into international waters. Top item number three was this Texas Instruments T184 Plus graphing calculator. They do sell pretty well. Now, I picked it up for about $4.50, just under that actually, and I've been able to sell it for $40, a flat $40, and after fees and postage, I walked away with $20.72 back into my pocket. And then the fourth big win for this week was this Helsing Ultimate Complete Series. I only picked this up literally 2 or 3 days ago. I paid about $4.30 for it. I sold it for $40. Took an offer on it, and I've been able to walk away with $20.68 after fees and postage, so not too bad. Now, in terms of the interesting item for this week, I just find it funny what people purchase. I mean, I don't find it funny, I'm very grateful for what people purchase, but this Dexter Morgan action figure, I got this out of a big bulk lot of different toys, and it worked out to be about $1.75. Look, I only got $17.97 for it, but, you know, after fees and postage, I did walk away with $5, but what I love about this is it's, you know, what something so small can be so treasurable or so wanted by a different customer. And that's why I want to share these different and weird and wonderful different things, because you never really know what you're leaving at the table when you don't go through and, you know, do a little bit of research. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be able to make a living out of selling these little figures, but it's just pretty cool to see that you can make some dollars from just little action figures like this. So how have we progressed for week 88? Well, we've done 60 sales, a margin of 40.5%. Cost of goods was a bit higher this week. Sold, we did $1,635, and profit was $662 back into my pocket. Average sale price for this week was $27.26. And average cycle time was 73 days. So it took 73 days on average for these items to sell. So a bit high, but hey, pays the bills. And then here's all the items that have been selling. This week it's been a range of everything, like everything, as you can see here. The biggest one being books per usual. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the big elephant in the room, or the hot topic, and there has been some hot talk around the news that came out of the eBay All Ears event around, you know, listing daily being required is actually a myth. Now, once again, there is so many different opinions going around on this. I'm going to share my opinion, I'm going to back it up with some data, and just give my 2 cents, because it's a very interesting statement, and I think it changes the way we think and operate if that was the case. Now, like I said, I want to back this up, so let's dive in. So when I first started reselling, which was back in January 2021, this is what my first 3 months of sales looked like. On average, I was doing about 2 sales per day. Not too bad. Now, at the same time, during this 3 months, I was actually doing my listings. I wasn't very consistent, but it worked out to be, on average, I was listing about 4 items per day. And you can see, you know, with the listing and with the ratio of sales, as you can see, it was probably about half. So every time, so basically, as I was listing 4, I was getting about 2 sales. Now, once again, this was not daily. I was not doing it daily back then. Some days I would do 15, some days I'll do 2, some days I'll do 30, some days whatever, right? It was not consistent. Now, as I started to progress, I increased my listings. Basically, I was doing 15 listings per day on average. And by now, which is a year 0.6 later, it works out whole of life, I've been averaging about 11 new listings per day. And here's the trend of sales that followed that. Now, on average, I'm getting 6 sales per day since starting, on average. As you can see, some days will be 10, some days will be 2, some days will be 4, but you can see the trend line. So as you can see, with the ratio of, as I increase my listings, my sales have increased. So based on this, I can say that if you list, you will sell, or if you list more, you can sell more, right? But there is a perspective here that I think we need to consider or reconsider before we just jump to that conclusion, because there's so many factors at play here, and I probably won't even cover all the factors today, but this is, once again, what I'm thinking about in my head. So if you list an item, you have the opportunity to sell that item. If you list an item and another item, you now have the opportunity for it to sell and for that person to actually, see that other item. So you've now got potentially 2 sales, right? You've got potentially 2 items that can be purchased. So here's a theory for you. So when you list an item, you have the opportunity for that item to sell. You've got one buyer or many buyers coming into the ratio of one item. So it's a many to one ratio. Now, when you list an item and then you list another item, you now have the opportunity for that one item to sell, but also when someone comes in to look at that item, they could potentially find that second item. So now you're compounding, you're giving yourself double the odds, meaning if you've got 2 buyers coming in to look at one item and one item, so one person's looking for this item and one person's looking for this item, and you've got a 1 chance here and a 1 chance here, but then they might see this item or this person might see this item, you basically doubled. You got 4 chances of an item selling. You can only ever sell 2 items, but your odds or your potential or your opportunity becomes bigger. So this compounds exponentially the more you list. Now, the other factor we also need to consider is when you sell more, you will sell more. And what I mean by this is when you sell an item on eBay, eBay makes money. Therefore, the more you sell, the more eBay is going to trying to encourage your items or similar items, not necessarily your items, to be made known to a customer. If you ever jumped on YouTube and you've typed in something and you've watched a YouTube video, and then when you go back to your homepage, all of a sudden there's similar videos like that. All of a sudden you're seeing more of the same subscriber, or you're seeing videos similar to that genre or that theme or whatever it was that you were just watching or listening to. I believe that's the same thing that happens on eBay. It's the algorithm, right? And what that means is when you sell something, and that means eBay's getting a thumbs up because they're getting money, right? So they're going to okay, let's see if we can get this buyer to buy something similar again, whether it's from that store because it's, maybe it's video games again, or maybe they see someone else with a similar item of what you just purchased and they say, hey, now come have a look at this because this is what you want or what they think you want. So it's likely that there's a percentage of your item being presented to the customer, and there's also other items being presented to this customer because eBay wants those customers to buy it because they get a percentage fee. Now, the advantage for you when this occurs is the more you have listed, the more chances you have items to be presented for that opportunity. And at the same time, there is an incentive for you to have more items listed. Whether it's daily, whether it's weekly, whether it's monthly, whatever, if it's not listed, it can't sell. Now, does this mean we should go ahead and list 100 items every day for the next 100 days? Yes and no, because, let me break it down for you again. When I first started reselling and I started listing, I was only doing 2 to 4 per day, as you saw on the graph before. And that was because that was the stock I had. That was my routine, and I was learning, and I was getting into my own groove. But now I have about 1,000 items in my dev pile, in my backlog that I can start to work through. And I average 15 listings per day, and I have been doing that for probably almost a year now. So why do I do it this way? Because based on my lifestyle, currently that's all I can, fulfill. That's my routine. That's all I can meet the demand for. I can do 15. I might be able to push in a few others here and there, but it comes down to more of a time factor. If you can do 30, you should do 30. If you can do 10 and that's good for you, then do 10. But you also remember you need to find stock. So if I'd listed everything today, 1,000, I now have no more stock, which is fine because I've got 1,000 items listed. So those 1,000 items could sell, but it's impossible for me to list 1,000 items in a single day, right? So, and then I'd have to go out and source more items, right? That's fine. That's okay. So what I do is I break it down, and I want to increase that 15 listing. I want to get that up to having some, a backlog of a draft bank or a photo bank, so I can be 3 days ahead or 7 days ahead. But that's a different conversation, because once I have more as a draft bank, it means I can start to double the amount that I list because I have a backlog and I don't have to be doing daily effort. The fact here is you need to do it with your own ability. You need to do what you can do. You need to do what makes sense for you. And the other factor here that we need to consider is retail versus resellers. Now, we operate in different ways, and this is generalized what I'm about to share, but You know, retail, they focus genuinely on stock based on their customer niche, which is managed by a supply chain and then also regulated by a supply and demand flow, right? Meaning usually they have many quantity of many items with the intent to sell to the ideal customer that will pay the set price. Whereas as resellers, once again, this is generalized. Usually we have limited stock, so usually one item with a little chance to actually replenish that stock, and we're selling it to a customer which is targeted but regulated by supply and demand, meaning they're going to purchase yours based off the supply and demand available. But also meaning usually we have many items of single account with the intent to sell to a customer who will pay the best price. So you might not have the best price. They'll shop around. I mean, they do it with retail as well, but that in short is why our items sell the way they do versus they don't go to retail and just buy a brand new item. They get it secondhand because they're getting a better price. But there's usually only one of them. Again, these are all generalizations. So when a reseller lists, essentially we are listing with a one and done mentality, meaning we're going to get it up, we're going to get it out, and move on to the next, right? Whereas a retailer list, they're listing with an online store presence, like a retail brick and mortar almost, and they're listing with the idea of let's set and forget and make sure we have a very good customer journey experience. Once again, this is generalizing. So of all this, I have my theory, and here's my consensus. Based on the data, the more you list, the more you can sell. The more you sell, the more opportunity you can sell. If you list more, you can sell more. If you don't have any more to list, you can only sell what you have listed. It all comes down to opportunity. And I'll leave you with this. If you have a net to catch a fish and you put it in the water, right? You have the opportunity to catch a fish. Doesn't mean you're going to catch a fish. It means you have the opportunity to catch a fish. If you never put it in the water in the first place, you will never catch a fish. Now, if you need to feed yourself, if you need to bring in fish for whatever reason you need to bring in fish, why wouldn't you have more than one net in the water? If you can legally do it, you'd put 2 nets in because now you have the opportunity to catch 2 fish. You might not catch 2 fish, but you have the chance to catch 2 fish. And that's the premise that I'm going off. If you're stuck around this long, we're going to dive into some show and tell of all the items that have been selling this week. Appreciate you being here.
All right, team, it is Monday morning and just getting everything ready to go out. We've got a couple of interesting things. We've got lots of books, of course. These 2 VHS, that's gone for 36, that's gone for 45. Cloud's Daughter's gone for 19 or 15. This bundle here's gone for 33, that's gone for 30. These are going to be fun to pack. Crystal Glass, that's gone for 17. These guys are gone for 20. This guy's gone for 25, I think it was. This guy's gone for like 19 from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Some more books. That one's gone for 30. This one's gone for 17. Bunch of CDs, some ranging from 9 to 25. Lots of Harry Potter, all to different people. Here's the Crazy Bones going out. I'm not going to get that open. And I've got some Commando magazines, comics in that one. So pretty good stuff. Let's pack it up. All right, team, it is Tuesday evening and just packing up for Wednesday. We've got a bunch of different stuff going out. A lot of books, of course, but let me take you through what we've got. So I picked this one up on Sunday. This one has sold pretty quick. I've only got 15 bucks for it, but I think I paid $3. So it's not huge profit, but hey, $3 into 15, I'll take that any day. This guy's gone for, I think he's going international from memory. It works out about 20 bucks plus $25 postage, somewhere there. Not too bad on that one. Deltora Quest has gone for 25. Currently running a bit of a sale on certain stuff. This one's gone for 25. This guy's gone for, I think it was 27. This guy has gone international. Total price comes to about 42 bucks. 20 bucks plus $22 postage. Might be a little bit more actually. Crazy what people want. This guy going to Canada, I think it was. This guy's gone for about 20. It's just crazy what people pay for stuff. Hobbit, he's gone for, I think it's only 30, 35. Went pretty cheap actually. Part of the sale that I'm running at the moment. This guy's also gone for 20 or 25. This one, just a cheapie, 12 bucks or 9 bucks or so. This one was 27. Might have actually been 25. And this one's gone for 25 full price actually. Pretty cool. It's just a cheapie. And this bundle as well gone for probably about 29, I think it was. So look, average sale price here is probably around $25 to $30. Actually probably closer to the 25, but this is great. It's good volume, it's ticking over, things move. Love it. All right, team. Friday morning and just packing up all the goodies that are going out. It's been a pretty quiet week this week, but we charge on. We've got this book going out. A lot of these books here today are going anywhere between 15 and 20 bucks. This guy's going for $9. He's gone for $17. This guy's going for 19, I think it was. These guys are going for 19. Actually, it might have been 20. These two came in this morning, $30 each. So that's a $60 sale to one person. The Tripper, it's gone out for like 15, 16 bucks. These guys are gone for 27. The Hobbit's gone for, I think it was 15. Could have been a little cheap. Negan's going out to Secondhand Gang Victoria. Shout out to you, mate. Sims Bundle's gone for 36. Private London's gone for 17. Donatuvia's gone for 17. Might have been a little bit more. These two have gone out together. That's 27 plus 5, so 32. Yeah, that's it, folks. Not too bad.
If you enjoyed this, go check out some of these other videos that I do. I do like to talk about different things and back it up with data, but also, I take you on thrift trips and all those kind of things as well. So check out a video.